Alright, so misconceptions and myths. This is a good one because there's a lot of stigma out there even today about bodybuilding. And I welcome anyone who has any other questions regarding this. So nutrition, obviously, we don't just eat chicken, broccoli and rice, even though that was an old school mentality back in Arnold's days. Chicken obviously is very lean protein, so it makes sense. Broccoli, you get your micronutrients, it's a green vegetable, healthy, right? And rice is your carbohydrate source, so it makes sense. But with modern science and research and obviously protocols that are more healthy, you can pretty much eat whatever you like within reason, as long as you're obviously following your calories, etc. Now there's no age barrier to the sport. These guys here I coached to stage this year. They were both 15 years of age, first time competitors, and I've seen gentlemen up on stage as old as 90. So there's no limitation in terms of the sport itself, in terms of your age. You can start at any time. I didn't start until I was 35. It's not considered unhealthy, even though, again, that stigma is out there. It's done correctly and obviously done under the correct supervision. The whole stigma around ladies looking like men if they train, as you've seen by the division photos that I showed you, that's far from the truth. You don't put on a large amount of muscle quickly when you train like a bodybuilder. Unbeknownst to many people, muscle is very hard to develop. And I'll show a photo in a second and give you an example. You don't have to train every single day. That's another one. People think they have to train often, sometimes twice a day. You don't have to do that at all. Or bodybuilders and not on steroids, as some people would argue. Lots of cardio is not required. In fact, I prepped last year for 29 weeks, didn't do any. All I did was weight training. You cannot keep stage condition or year-round. Now, this is something that you can't do, just simply because it is unhealthy. When we peak you to a point where you get to stage, you look that way for a very short window of time, and then that's it. Then we reverse you out. It's incredibly challenging to stay that way all year round, even though social media might say differently. Generally, when you see someone on social media who's got a million different photos looking amazing, they've done a photo shoot, taken 50,000 photos, and they use that for an entire year. It's incredibly hard to maintain stage condition. Training doesn't have to be the 3 to 5 reps or the 10 to 12 reps, the old bro science. There's a lot more science behind training now to support the way you want to train to get to stage. And then you don't have to fast, there's no need for fasting, and you don't have to train to failure too. So they're the main common ones that I've come across in my 10 years.